Hey guys, welcome back. Man, I swear I feel like it's been like forever since I made a video. And I figure I'll just come to talk to you guys briefly about this topic. If I can get my hair situated. My hair want to be part of this video too. But yeah, you guys. Wait. So it's 8:36 on the West Coast. December. Wait, what's today's date? December the 8th. Already. It's already December 8th, you guys. Like, I'm so happy because guess what? I mean, I don't even have that much longer. I have like one more week at my prac site and I go on Christmas vacation. So I'm so excited, you guys. How are you guys doing, by the way? Like, I am doing fantastic. So maybe I should put my hair like this because it's just doing its own thing, y'all. But yeah, so I have one more week at my prac site and then I go on Christmas break and I think I'm like the happiest woman in the world by now, like for real, because I'm just gonna have to show y'all. I can tell y'all I'm about to show y'all. But anyway, I decided to do this topic because this is a conversation that I had with this guy. I guess you can call him my partner. I kind of made a video about him like a couple days ago. Very briefly though, just saying that, for the starters, for you guys who aren't aware, I'm talking to this Muslim guy. He's African, from West Africa. That's all I'm gonna say. But he's pretty cool. Really cool guy. Like, we vibing, getting to know each other and everything. And I know that Islam is a very strict religion. And so it occurred to me to ask him this question. Because I just wanted to see like where his head was, right? And so I was like, so what does your religion say about sex before marriage? Y'all. What his response was funny as hell, because I guess being that he's such a strict Muslim, like he sticks very closely to I call them laws, because that's what it seems like. Like, it's like if you break the law, then you're not a Muslim, or I don't know, you get kicked out the religion or something. But he knows that I don't practice any religion. Like, I'm agnostic. I was born and raised Christian, but I'm no longer a Christian. And so he respects that. That's the thing I appreciate about, our relationship, is because he respects the fact that I don't really have an interest in Islam or to practice Islam. And I respect his religion, right? So, but I'm also curious too. Even though I see that he's like a very strict practitioner of Islam, like, I have much respect for that, because I'm like, dang, dude, you pray 5 times a day? And not only does he pray 5 times a day, but he actually goes to like the mosque, I think they call it, where he goes to this building to pray, you guys. I'm like, dang, that's some dedication right there. And he's just so involved in it. He doesn't eat pork. Like, he really sticks closely to it. And you can tell just based on like how he looks that he's really into it, right? And so y'all know I had to pop the question. I was like, so what does Islam think about sex before marriage? Because your girl want to know, what I'm saying? It's just things that I need to know about, right? And granted, like, we kind of been having some conversations, not directly on sex, but kind of like dancing around, the bush. And I'm trying to like put it in the right way. So he was like, and this would kind of caught me off guard a little bit, y'all, because he was like, the religion sees it as a sin, right? Like, it's wrong to have sex with a woman as a Muslim man if you're not married. It's a sin. I'm like, okay, but it's like the way he said it, because he was like, I think I asked him. I think I asked him like, what does he think of? What does the religion say? And he was like, he says that you can't do it. Yeah, he was like, you can't. They say that you can't have sex unless you're married, right? He said that's what the religion says. I say, so it's a sin. He was like, yes, it is, but some people practice it, some people don't. I'm like, uh-huh. And I already kind of knew where he was going with that because it's just like his demeanor, right? And so I'm like, so I would assume that you don't practice that. He was like, well, I can. And I'm like, what? Like, he's just really smart. This is the thing. Like, when you date intellectuals, people who are just as smart as you, they have a certain way of coming at you, you know? I'm like, okay. I have to read between the lines with him because he's saying on one hand that his religion says this, and he's like, he can practice it, but like, there's an exception. And I'm like, okay, is that okay within your religion? And not only that, I say, so I kind of threw him a curveball. I say, so what things that your religion says that are forbiddable that you actually like? Kind of a trick question, right? And he didn't answer it. Because I kind of got the impression that he don't like that law. Like he likes all of the other ones because he keeps to them, right? But he doesn't like that one because he was kind of dancing around it. So to say that he, like he'll have sex before marriage in so many words. And I'm like, okay. And I know I'm irresistible and all of that, right? I know it's hard to resist me, you know. And he keeps talking about how beautiful I am and all this stuff. And of course, that's superficial to a lot of you guys. Like, oh, that's just, beauty is just superficial. But it's a big factor when it comes to relationships. Because if a guy really likes a woman, and not just, of course, he likes, you know, my internal characteristics, right? My internal traits. But like, he's physically attracted to me and I am to him, like, it's going to be a challenge, you know what I'm saying, to stick to that. And so I think that he's being honest with himself. And I was honest because I was like, okay, I get that Islam says this, but it's not really realistic, you know, to wait till marriage to have sex with the person that you feel strongly about. But this is the thing, y'all. Like, that ain't even it, right? So we kind of both came to an agreement that it's okay to have sex before marriage, right? But this is a curveball because we didn't leave it at that, right? Because y'all know I have to ask questions. I gotta know what it is, you know what I'm saying, before I go into any kind of situation. Like, I need to know where a person's head is at. Right, so ain't no confusion, no misunderstanding, none of that. So I was like, I say, do you use condoms? And then he was like, yeah. Now, y'all fill me in on this, right? I know everybody got their perspective on this, but I like to keep things 100. This is just me, right? And I feel like we all adults. So if y'all under 18, if you're under 18, then exit. You're not supposed to be watching this video. Because I'm about to get real raw on it. But here's my thing. I feel like, and this is exactly what I told him. I say, and I'm sure y'all heard this before, like, sex is not the same. You know, it's not the same when you're wearing a condom. It's like fucking a dildo. And I don't like sticking plastic objects or rubbery objects inside of me, right? Like, who does that? That's just like a foreign object. And a guy putting a condom on his penis and sticking it into a woman's vagina, like, that is a foreign object, you know? But of course, I get the purpose of wearing condoms. Like, it's not that I'm that far removed that I don't understand that, because of course I get that. But I'm like, how old are we? We're grown, right? And not that we're going to rush into sex, because I'm going to get to that part in a minute about the timing of this whole thing. But it's just a conversation that we had that I think it speaks to our differences, right? Because he's like, he wants to wear a condom. And like, and this is the thing. He said specifically, you guys, like he's very specific, which I like. He was like, before marriage, he wears a condom. But after marriage, the condom goes away. And I'm like, okay, is he trying to use some reverse psychology on me, like paradoxical intent, to get me to say, okay, let's not use a condom by trying to put this restriction on me? Like, I get that, right? I can understand that MO. You know what I'm saying? I know people do stuff like that. So I'm thinking to myself, like, what is he trying to do, right? But he's dead ass serious. He's like, no, he believes in that, like using a condom. So y'all know I had to come back with a comeback. You know, I was like, nah, he can't sit up here and sit here and try to put that restriction on me like that, right? Talking about using a condom, like, do what? Like I said, not that we're gonna jump into having sex, but you know, this is just a conversation. You know what I'm saying? This is just, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, well, I don't like condoms. I don't believe in condoms. This is against my religion. You know what I'm saying? To wear condoms, because that takes away from the whole sensuality of it. A condom, and I don't care what kind of condom it is. Like, I know y'all, and of course people like, oh, they make condoms that you don't, you know, you feel everything. And nah, man. And his rationale, which is a good rationale, is that he wants to wait till marriage to have kids. Same here, because I'm 35 years old. I don't have any kids, so I definitely get that. I mean, I stand by that 100%. But when it comes to a serious relationship, now we kind of getting there. You know, like, it still takes time to build the commitment and the trust and the seriousness of the relationship. So I'm not saying that we at that point yet where, like, okay, I just met this guy and we're gonna have sex. No, that ain't where it's at, right? You know, well, unless the universe. But hey, hey, I ain't gonna go there. But it's just a conversation, and I had to throw it out there because I'm just want to see where his headspace is at, and I'm just like, are you serious, dude? A condom, unless you're married? And so this is what I threw back at him. I say, well, I guess we ain't having sex, and I like, for me, I can stick to that, right? And I'm sure he can too, because he's very disciplined, like I said, with his religion. I mean, he's used to having these restrictions on him and sticking by these laws and rules that what you can and can't do. So, and I am too. You know, it's just not within the traditional sense of religion, but I put my own restrictions on myself. I mean, considering I haven't had sex not one time in 2018. And it's not that it doesn't cross my mind, but I feel like I don't have sex with random people, number one. So it has to be someone that I'm seriously involved with, committed with, that I see a future with. I'm just not about to just be out there like testing the waters and just doing what people do. Like, that ain't me. So that's the reason why I have abstained from sexual relations, intercourse, that whole nine throughout the whole year of 2018, because me and my ex, we broke up like December 2017, so that was the last time. I mean, I guess we had to get our last one in, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and being that, it's like, I think I can hold out, you know? And I think with the holding out, and I think this is true for a lot of couples, is that with that holding out, knowing that they have agreed to not have sex before marriage, a lot of times they jump into having, like, they jump into the marriage, right? Because they, I guess, want to have sex. They want to consummate the relationship with sex, so they just rush and get married. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea either, you know? But who's to say? Who knows? I mean, we both are at a point in our lives where, like, we ready to settle down. You know, we ready to build a family. Like, both of us are ready. So who knows how this is gonna play out? But I definitely think it's a big challenge. It's much of a challenge for both of us to be in each other's presence and be physically attracted to each other and emotionally attached to each other and psychologically attached to each other, and Like, what? And then he's like, he's like the touchy-feely type. And, we've already connected here, which is important for me. Like, I wouldn't be having this conversation if we wasn't connected here. Like, a guy has to connect with me here before we can connect on any other level, right? So, going good so far, but I'm gonna see how this goes. I'm definitely gonna see how this plays out, because I'm like, hey, you can hold out. I can hold out too. I can hold out a whole nother year. I can go a whole nother year, no sex. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. My number one priority is getting through my PhD program. I say that over and over again. So that is my main priority. And outside of that, whatever happens, whatever comes about, it comes about. But I'm like, damn. This is kind of challenging, but I like a challenge. I like guys who are different in that respect. Guys be like, oh, they want to jump right into it, and they want to not go and have sex without a condom. They're not really taking precautions. And for me, with having sex without a condom, I mean, you have to get tested. Like, that's a prerequisite before anything happens. It's like, we both going to get tested, because shit is out there, So that's I think one of my biggest concerns. Pregnancy, not so much, but I told him I ain't having kids unless I am married. So that's a big thing right there. And of course, with unprotected sex, there's a likelihood that a person could get pregnant. But I mean, the universe, I feel like things are gonna fall as they may. So we shall see. But I'm wondering, I want to throw the question out there to you guys, like, what is it like for you guys when it comes to using condoms, prophylactics as they call them? Like, is it something that you guys are open to, that you guys do with a person that you're committed to? It just seems kind of foreign to me. And for him to say only within marriage that he doesn't use condoms, I'm like, what? But hey, y'all, drop y'all comments below. It's definitely going to be a challenge, and I'm up for the challenge, so I can do this. Like I said, I can go a whole nother year, a whole nother 2 years, I can go to 2021. Let's do this. It's whatever, man. All right, catch you guys later. Bye.